more videos on pincha, aka forearm balance. So I'm going to give you 3 exercises that you can do every single day if you want to build the strength that you need for pincha. Now, not only do you need a lot of strength in the shoulders, you need some flexibility. And the first pose I'm going to show you is going to help you gain both. So it's dolphin pose. You probably hear about this pose a lot if you're working towards your forearm balance. And there's a good reason why, because it builds strength and flexibility. And truly, if you only work to master this pose, you're going to get both of those things that you need for pincha out of this one pose. So how to do that? The forearms come down to the mat about shoulders width apart. Now what you don't want to do is that you want to avoid the elbows going wide. So you never want a triangle here. You want the elbows underneath the shoulders because you have more support that way. Think about it. If I have shoulder over elbow, is that going to be more supportive of my body weight, or shoulder and elbow out here like this? So this is more supportive by far than this. And when the elbows go out underneath the shoulder, from underneath the shoulders, you lose so much strength that you need to hold it by your body weight. So, kiddies, elbows stay locked in right underneath your shoulders, and then palms directly in front of your elbows. Now, sometimes the palms will have a tendency to migrate in. That's okay. Try to avoid it. What you want to really focus on is elbow over shoulder for that stability. And then this comes with a little bit of finesse, being able to keep the palms out here. That'll come after time, but still focus on it as you're learning so you don't have to go back and correct that later. So for your dolphin pose, it's just like downward facing dog, but with the forearms down on the mat. So you'll tuck your toes, lift your hips up, and as you do that, you'll see the shoulders are still stacked over the elbows. What you want to do is press back. Take the heart towards your thighs. Now, if you have really tight hamstrings, there's going to be a limit to how far you can press your chest back towards your thighs, because your hamstrings are going to go, we're not going any further. So work within the limitations of your flexibility and your hamstrings for sure, but also work to build the flexibility in the hamstrings so you can take the chest back closer to the thighs and build more strength in the dolphin pose. Toes tucked, chest working back. Now, when you're just working here to build strength, it's okay to look right down between your toes and work on the mechanics of your dolphin pose. Tailbone back, shoulders back, chest back. If at any point you start to shift forward, you've lost the integrity of the dolphin pose and you're not really doing anything but fatiguing your shoulders and probably going to hurt your shoulders eventually and building up a whole lot of tension in the neck. So in your dolphin pose, keep the chest and everything moving back. You'll feel a nice elongation in the shoulders. Keep the belly strong. And then as you build the flexibility in the hamstrings, maybe you can walk the feet in, but the chest stays back. Okay, second thing you can do, scapular push-ups. I like to do them on my forearms to prep for your forearm balance. So come down to all fours, just like you did before. Shoulders over elbows, palms out. Now the only thing that's gonna move here, is the shoulder blades. Everything else is locked and loaded, stays the same. Core tight, chest strong, legs grounded, palms and forearms grounded. The only thing that moves is the shoulder blades. So think about bringing the shoulder blades together, and when you do that, the chest is gonna dip a little bit. So as you bring them together, and then as you bring the shoulder blades apart, the upper back is gonna round. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart, shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. The only thing that's moving is the shoulder blades. It's isolated movement of the muscles surrounding the shoulder blade and in the front of the shoulder as well. Everything else is super strong. Core is strong. Palms are strongly grounded down into the mat. Shin bones are strong. So you want to build this foundation of strength around the scapular push-up. That way you're building strength and stability throughout the entire body, not just the shoulders. So shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. Take your gaze right in between your thumbs. Keep the chin lifted away from the chest. And do those. Practice them in rounds of about 20. And while the movement may seem simple, it may not seem very effective in the beginning, I guarantee you after you get about 10 of those in, you're going to feel the fatigue, the work around the shoulder girdles, and that's going to help you build a lot of strength that you need for forearm balance. So the last thing that we're going to do, good old-fashioned chaturanga. Yay! Which I like to say is kind of basically like a tricep push-up. You want the elbows always to build shoulder strength in. If the elbows go out, you're working on chest. We want shoulders, so keep the elbows hugging in. And as you bend, those elbows will bend to a 90-degree angle and help build the strength in the front of the shoulder where you need it for your forearm balance. If you need to come down to the knees, and I actually practice these on the knees when I'm just doing tricep push-ups or repetitions of chaturanga over and over and over, because you can still really get a good shoulder workout by being on your knees here, even if you're really strong. So, coming down on your knees, you'll take the body out long, so the hips won't be back over the knees. The hips will be forward, so you'll have basically a plank pose, a long straight body. The only thing is that the knees are on the mat. Strengthen the belly, strengthen those muscles surrounding your ribs. Take the gaze slightly forward, and then bend the elbows as the chest goes forward. Look forward, press back up. Don't drop your head. Don't look down, and take your chaturanga push-ups that way. There's not a single strength move in yoga that requires you to look down at the mat. You always have to keep the chest, the chin lifting away from the chest. It opens up the front of the chest, engages the shoulder better, gives you more strength and stability in the shoulders. So, your tricep push-up, keep the elbows in, firm the belly, start with your knees down in your plank. If you're gonna modify your plank, slightly lift the chin away from the chest, bend the elbows, keep the chest open, keep the shoulders back, keep everything firm. So build that full body strength here as you take those repetitions of your tricep push-ups or your chaturanga push-ups. So combine all of those three things. Do them every single day, maybe 3 times a day, and a lot of repetitions. If you need to take a break after a day off, if your shoulders are fried after doing that for a day, take the break, come back strong the day after. But focus on those 3 poses, those 3 exercises to build the strength of the shoulders that you need for your forearm balance, and it's gonna come faster than you know.